Well, ever since the debate, where Kamala pointed out that at every one of Trump's rallies, people leave in droves after a few minutes, Trump's been tripping over himself, claiming that your pesky eyeballs are lying to you again, and they aren't actually leaving.
And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early, out of exhaustion and boredom.
We do these rallies, they're massive rallies. Everybody stays till the end, by the way. You know, when she said that, well, your rallies, people leave. Honestly, nobody does. And if I saw them leaving, I'd say, and ladies and gentlemen, make America great again, and I'd get the hell out, okay? Because I don't want people leaving. But I...
When he won, they didn't shut up for 4 years. Remember that? He's not my president. He's not my president. 4 years.
Sure looks like they're leaving. And another rally.
Because of this lunatic and her, she's so much worse. She was here as an attack. And just tell me to come in. You don't have the television guys all over, but the real military, you can put them in a room for 2 years and scream at them, and when they walk out.
His latest excuse is that they aren't actually leaving, they're all going to line up to get pictures with him.
I want to explain something. The people that you see leaving, because nobody ever leaves. And when they do, I finish up quick, believe me. But I couldn't take pictures at the beginning. So I take them at the end sometimes. If I'm late, the plane gets late, you get delayed, lots of things happen. There's a little hurricane going on in Florida, as you know. And so what they do is they say, oh, please come up now at the end of my speech. I said, don't do that. Because it looks like they're leaving, like your husband who owns this place.
Gotta love how he says nobody ever leaves, and then immediately, 2 seconds later, but when they do. So which is it, guy? Are they not leaving, or are they? The only problem with this little excuse is that you can clearly see that they aren't just leaving the area where he's giving this speech, they're leaving the venues entirely. There's the venue, and there's them heading for the exit. There's the venue. There's them heading for the exit.
Why are all these people leaving in the middle of the speech? Donald Trump is speaking right now. And all these people are leaving. I don't get it.
Well, I get it. And there's them literally exiting the building. Where are you doing these pictures, Donnie? Everybody walking out the building. Man, how far away are you taking these pictures, guy? Recently, it's become so noticeable that reporters with the Washington Post have started asking people why they're leaving, with there being a wide variety of excuses, but some just blatantly admitting that they're sick of his crap. Most stay, but Trump often runs late and goes long, prompting many to bow out because of other responsibilities, priorities, or sometimes waning patience and interest, according to Washington Post interviews and observations across dozens of events. Some said they wanted to beat the traffic, had to work the next day. Others complained about sound quality. One man wanted to go home to his French bulldog. Another needed to get home to his daughter. A third had a Yorkie with him that started to act out. A fourth man said his phone died. Anastasia Bennett, 22, quickly grew tired of the insults and was ready to leave. Bennett was an undecided voter before attending the rally with her aunt, who supports Harris, but after hearing Trump speak, she said she planned to vote for Harris. It was the insults and just being an hour late, she said, but never one to believe the evil fake news media. This has prompted other Trump supporters to take matters into their own hands and find out for themselves why people are leaving.
The rally's still going on. Why do you have to leave? That's unfortunate.
I work my ass off. I work 3 jobs just to be able to afford everything. With the fact that they take so much from me in overtime, it doesn't make sense to work 1 job. Mm-hmm. So I work 3 so that way they take less taxes from me.
He's still speaking in there. Why'd you leave?
Because I have to get home before dark.
It did. It just started.
But we've been waiting, a while.
We've been waiting for a little while, and
and there's no chair, so my feet are killing me.
I have a medical condition, so I can't stand very long. So
He's talking. He just got up there. We're like, we've seen him. Now we're good. Let's go.
Hey, remember that first guy, what that first guy said about getting screwed over on, overtime pay? Well, let's just check in with old Don the Con and see how he feels about overtime, shall we?
A lot more overtime if you do that. Because of that, you're going to end up with a lot more overtime. I used to hate to pay overtime. When I was in the private sectors, they say, oh, I don't want overtime. You know, I shouldn't tell you this. I'd go out and get other people and let them work regular time. It's terrible. I'd say, no, get me 10 other guys I don't want to have. Time and a half I don't want to have. I know a lot about overtime. I'd hated to give overtime. I hated it. I'd get other people, I shouldn't say this, but I'd get other people in I wouldn't pay. I hated.
Yeah, you really shouldn't say that, Don, considering a lot of your supporters literally work overtime, like that guy that went to your rally. But back to his rallies, some people, myself included, think there's a much easier explanation for the walkouts. See, Trump actually has a long history of hiring people to attend his rally, dating back all the way to the launch of his first bid for president back in 2015. Former Trump aide Corin Lewandowski says campaign paid actors to appear at his 2016 presidential announcement. And he's not very good at covering his tracks because unlike the fake screenshot of a Craigslist ad from 2019 that was claiming to be hiring people for a Trump rally, which his supporters have recently started photoshopping to say it's for a Kamala rally. Yeah, this one's been circling around for 5 years. It is fake, so yeah, don't buy that one. Trump seems to have gotten so desperate that he actually has resorted to posting ads on Craigslist for at least one of his rallies in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And this one, I know for a fact is real, because a bunch of people online went and checked it out themselves, and yeah, I went to that link when it was up, and yeah, it was a real ad for $10 paying people to stay for 1 hour. These stories in the past have been fabrications, but I googled this myself. Trump campaign had Craigslist ads posted under talent gigs to pay people to attend Donald Trump's rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on August 17th. Attendees needed for rally Saturday 17th. Attendees no experience needed. We will pay you to attend the upcoming Donald Trump rally on Saturday, August 17th. Must be a U.S. citizen to apply. And more screenshots of it. So getting really sloppy at covering his tracks there. I mean, the link's been pulled down now, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just means it was reported enough times. This isn't the first time Trump's been busted faking one of his rally crowds. Earlier this year, when Biden became the first ever sitting president to join striking auto workers on the picket line, Trump decided to take a very different approach.
Trying to make it look like he was supporting these union auto workers who were out on strike, who the whole country was rallying in support of, he instead went to a non-union auto parts facility. And while his campaign tried to convince people to say that he was there speaking to striking auto workers, or at least he was speaking to auto workers, the problem was that real reporters actually went to the event. And they realized quickly that this was a facility that doesn't have anybody in a union. And then the reporters did what reporters do. They talked to the people who were physically there. And so this was the Detroit News the next day. Quote, one individual in the crowd who held a sign that said union members for Trump acknowledged to a Detroit News reporter that she was not a union member. Another person with a sign that read auto workers for Trump, when asked for an interview, said that he wasn't an auto worker. He did a fake event. I mean, the whole thing was fake. And then it was in the Detroit press the next day that it was fake. This you skipped the debate for? It was so embarrassing at the time. And now, as of right now, there are receipts. Literal receipts. The campaign finance filings that just came out for all the various campaigns. Reporter Jonathan Oosting at Bridge, Michigan dug in and found that on that day in September, the Trump campaign indeed paid a $20,000 rental fee to pay to rent that auto parts plant, which was not a union facility, so he could pretend it was full of union auto workers who supported him when it was actually just full of randos holding signs that said that's who they were, even though that's not who they were.
So, real president, phony president. Noticing a difference yet?